You know reading is for dummies, right? No, you don't believe me? Ask Juelz Santana.
Shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids though just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early, because by the time they get to ninth grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to know how to read.
Wait, stop.
I ain't gonna say that. I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be literate, because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
What's more important, reading or math?
Math.
Told you.
Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. You don't have to know how to read. That's not reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, you know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power. Not to
you gotta read your contract, Els.
You don't have to. You can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy? Huh? It probably will. AI will now. That's what I'm saying. That's how freaky it is.
You don't have to read. Shit can be told to you.
It'll be. So I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like you don't need to know how to read.
At a restaurant.
Floyd Mayweather
don't read that shit. You at a restaurant. Like, it's mad shit you gotta read.
You saying that, you just gotta know what you like.
You know what I want.
You ain't gotta read the restaurant. You can just say, what is this, a steak joint? I want steak.
What? Is somebody gonna tell them that in order for you to do math, you gotta learn how to read numbers? I'm starting to believe that society itself is just becoming so bored that we need to go back to the biblical plagues. You know, get us some locusts, some blood frogs, some pestilence on these podcast mics, because I'm hearing opinions I should not be hearing. There's many things that came to my mind when I saw this. And one of the first things, surprisingly, was I thought street dudes don't trust nobody. Now you trusting somebody else to read a contract to you? Y'all really think YouTube and AI is going to save you from everything? Yes, I've been an attendant of YouTube University. It has definitely gave me some skills to brush up on. It has definitely gave me some things that I can add to my repertoire. But you know what? I'm not out here believing it's going to save my life. And I shouldn't be so surprised that Juelz Santana feels the way he feels about reading, because clearly a couple years ago, he couldn't read that room in verses when they got that beat down from the locks. But I digress. The problem with this is that we're waking up every day and we're taking away from education. That doesn't make it more valuable. If you want to talk about teaching kids to own their own business, cool. But you can't teach a kid how to run their own business and at the same time teaching them to run away from the alphabet. These things have to go together. There's a lot of things on my educational journey that I may or may not use. Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I used algebra. Probably never. But you know something? Reading is a basic fundamental skill set. It doesn't mean you have to be a Rhodes, Yale scholar. We're talking about basic. Reading is basic. Why are we arguing about the most basic things out there in the world? And I heard somebody in that room yell out, Floyd Mayweather don't yell though. He don't read them ish. Well, you know what? Floyd Mayweather he's actually pretty educated. You know he's educated in? Boxing. He comes from a boxing legacy. Floyd Mayweather's uncle was a boxer. His dad was a boxer. He had a front row seat to understanding and learning what that game was before he put on gloves. And then he had a mastery skill set that matched with his education, and he became one of the greatest boxers, arguably, of all time. Floyd Mayweather is one of one. He is not one of y'all. We should add this conversation to the list of things that we should not be talking about. Is reading important? Is the earth flat? And does sugar go on grits? Yes, they absolutely do.